Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today you guys are probably wondering where I've been. Unless you've been following me on Instagram or Twitter or Twitch, then you know where I've been. But I just moved into a new apartment, very excited to be here. Setup's pretty much the same, but we're gonna get back on track as far as the consistent uploads. If you guys have been missing me, we're back, back in action here, playing some RPS with Metaphors, Schwapex, and Xaryus. Some classic games, playing actually Pure Shadow. If you guys saw that, been playing Pure Shadow instead of Void Shield recently on the Shadow Priest. Other than that, exactly the same spec as normal. Here in this first game on Tolvaron Arena, we're fighting an RMD, and our pretty much our goal here, guys, is we want to stop as many goes as possible, right? We want, like right there, my Shaman got sheeped. I was going for a Massive Spell on it right away. If I got the Massive Spell, it would have been great. I did get counterspelled by the Mage, and pretty much right here, we're waiting for them to use cooldowns, right? Mage uses Icy Veins, Mage uses Orb, Mage Trinketed, so this is okay for me to disperse. However, the damage broke my Shaman out of the CC. He gets that Earth Shield up onto me, and I am fine. Right away, actually, I'm going to rewind that. So the pressure switch is right about here. Once my Shaman breaks out of CC, right? We get the full kidney shot onto the Druid, and now we're kind of on the offensive, right? I don't have to disperse anymore. My Shaman's fine. They reapplied the Earth Shield, etc. So now it's time to do damage. We get the full kidney shot onto the Druid. The Mage has no Trinket already, so we start purging him down with those Electrocute spams. Have dots in him already. Mage starts dipping quite a bit. Full silence goes out on the Druid. He's getting low, so I pre-MD the Ice Block off right there. Go for the Shadow of Death on the Mage, trying to get a little bit more damage. He does get that Iron Bark from the Resto Druid, so it's going to take a little bit longer to actually get the kill on the Mage here, but we are forcing through his defensive cooldowns quite nicely here just at the start of this match. And I haven't had the Disperse yet. I haven't had the Trinket yet, anything like that, so it's actually really, really good. They tried to do a Bomb Go on me, but I'm really keeping an eye on the Mage's damage. He did an Orb, he did an Ebon Bolt. Even though that was a Smoke Bomb, I held my Trinket, held my Dispersion, because I don't really need to use cooldowns if the Mage isn't committing any of his cooldowns. Get the full kidney shot onto the Druid, into the full fear. Mage gets very low here. Don't have enough mana for a Massive Spell though, so I just switch damage to the Rogue, get the Vampiric Touch, the Shadow Word Pain, Mind Blast, get a little bit of Void Torrent damage going, and I switch back to the Mage when he comes out of the Ice Block. Looks like my Shaman is in trouble now, so I life swap him, throw a shield up onto myself, so if they swap me, it's a little bit harder. I do get counterspelled, so I can't disperse quite yet. Do have disperse available if I need. It looks like I'm going to be fine though, so I have no swap anymore. I still have Trinket, still have Dispersion. My Shaman goes into a full blind here. My Rogue goes into a full sheep. This is nice cross CC into a ring. So the Polymorph onto my Rogue, the ring onto my Shaman, great cross CC. Go for the Mind Controller, try to hold my Dispersion. Get very low though, the Ebon Bolt's being casted, and I do go ahead and use Dispersion. So that was very nice cross CC by them. Eventually did have to use that Disperse. Now I still have Trinket, no swap or Dispersion. Next cooldown is probably going to be my Shaman's Trinket and his Link. We get that full kidney shot onto the Druid. No fear or silence quite yet. Have a silence up right now, but it looks like I got Polymorph. Don't quite have that follow-up CC onto the Resto Druid yet. Rogue though has no Trinket. We're taking a look over on the Rogue, so we can kill the Rogue in a Smoke Bomb if we set it up nicely, or with just some cross CC and another go or two. I'm taking quite a bit of damage. This is the time I want to be spamming out to those Vampiric Touches, maybe get some Mind Controls going on. The kidney shot onto the Druid, no fear available because I just feared the Rogue. I do have a silence, so we'll see if I silence that. So full kidney into silence on the Druid. Druid Trinkets, Shaman's getting low, throw a shield to the Shaman. Since the Druid has no Trinket and Rogue has no Trinket, that's something you really want to keep in mind, that we can set up on a Rogue go, next go, and kill him with cross CC onto the Druid with a kidney shot into a fear, kidney shot into a silence, something like that. MC the Rogue just to keep the pressure off of our team. Rogue gets a restyle, hit him out with that Shadow Word Pain. Full blind goes out onto the Druid. Mage is in trouble. I don't think he has any Ice Blocks available, but he still has Trinket, so we can either set up Mage and get his Trinket and then kill, or we can set up a Rogue and just kill him in one nice go. So we get that full blind into the full sap, into the half fear, onto the Resto Druid, getting damage out onto the Mage, but he does catch Iron Bark, Cenarian Ward, and quite a bit of heals. Rogue is now off of Stun DR, has no Trinket. If we get any CC onto the Shaman, Rogue could definitely go down. Mage swaps Icy Veins. I do have Dispersion available if I need. A lot of damage coming out from the Mage. Kidney shot on to my Shaman into a Polymorph. Kidney shot on to the Resto Druid. Looks like we're swapping pressure around. My Rogue gets swapped on, so I actually want to show you guys this. The kidney shot is out on the Druid. Okay, Mage has Icy Veins up. My Shaman's in a Polymorph, and my Rogue is in a cheap shot, right? So right here, I'm casting Vampiric Touch. Right here, I'm casting Mind Control. If this Mind Control wasn't casted, my Rogue's still about 75% life here, 70% life. And I'm casting this Mind Control. By the time the Mind Control finishes casting, my Rogue's at about 10% life. If I didn't Mind Control right there, my Rogue would have died. So it's really that awareness that, okay, I need to get this MC off or else my Rogue's gonna go down. We get that full sap after the kidney shot, silence out onto the Mage, triple cheap shot out onto the rogue with all of that cross CC. Polymorph gets dispelled, Shadow Word Death comes out, and the rogue does go down. So that clutch MC at that exact moment to keep my rogue alive is really what allowed us to win this game. And any Shadow Priest watching this, or any priest in general, you kind of have to look ahead in the future a little bit, have that premonition, have that foresight to be like, okay, we're gonna need the peels at this time for my teammate to survive. If we don't get that peel, he's gonna die. So I have to like pre-cast those mind controls for the peel. Here we have another RPS game on Ruins of Lordaeron versus Ret Pally, Resto Druid, and the Frost Death Knight. This is a comp that it seems like it would be really good, and I'm surprised we haven't seen more of it because Rets are so good right now, Frosty Keys are so good right now. In the past, they've synergized well. It's a good melee cleave in general, so I'm just surprised I haven't seen more of this. Right away, they run right into my Shaman, throwing the Vampiric Touch, the Shadow Word Pain on both the Ret and the DK, keeping them both up as kill options. They are completely cleaving us down, though, with their cooldowns. They started on Shaman, now the Rogue and I are both getting low. Have Dispersion available, have that Life Swap available, and remember, I do have Pure Shadow, so I'm not going to die through Disperse. My Rogue gets very low, they're forced to cloak. Full blind comes out onto the Druid and the full kidney shot onto the Paladin. Both the Paladin and the Druid shrink it right there. Pally's getting very low, trying to precast that massive spell. Fake kicks there. He's still getting very low. The bomb comes out, but he gets that skin. So the bomb and the skin like came out at the exact same time, right? If the bomb came a little bit sooner, the Pally wouldn't have gotten the skin. If he didn't get the skin, he might have actually died there, or at least gotten bubble. So a little unfortunate on the timing there, but we still did get cooldowns. We still did get a lot of defensives from this team, so we can set up a kill pretty soon here in the future. Dots out onto all 3 targets now, keeping any 3 of them open as a kill option. Ret Paladin still seems like the best for now, but can definitely change it up. Have Fear available for the Druid. Keep in mind we want to cross CC the Paladin so he doesn't Blessing of Sank out of the Fear or out of these stuns onto the Resto Druid. I do get stunned up here. I have Dispersion if I need, getting very low. I'm just hitting my Disperse key, but my Shaman puts that Earth Shield on me, gets a little bit more pressure, which seems totally fine. The Druid now has Bark Skin up, or Bark Skin on cooldown. Paladin uses Sank and has no Trinket. It's like Druid would be a great kill target if we could swap to him in 6 seconds when Stun DR came off. It's not like an easy swap, but we could do it. So what we'd want if we did that is to fear both DPS, so we don't get peeled, and then we want to kill the Druid in like a kidney shot into a silence, right? We don't actually get that, but we get the kidney. Since he's a bear, we're gonna just fear him out of that and go on the Paladin. Paladin bubbles, get that nice massive spell right away. I can follow this CC with a full silence on the Druid, so it's kidney, fear, silence, and Pally is just taking so much damage, he just goes down because we get the massive spell in the bubble. So nice game there. A lot of different things that could happen. I'm trying to explain my thought processes on why we're actually killing the guy that we're killing. Could have went Druid there if he was in human form, feared the DPS, but since he was bear, we kidney, feared, silenced the Druid, and then just went onto the Ret Paladin. And here we have the RMD once again here on Dalaran Arena. Similar strat, guys. We want to stop their goes. We want to peel their goes and use our defensive cooldowns, like not overlap our defensive cooldowns, so just use them in a smart way. Mage right away pops Icy Veins, pops Ebon Bolt. I'm taking a lot of damage, and a lot of people, like, I don't want to disperse too early. If I disperse too early, then they're just going to swap off of me and kill my rogue, and they still have all their damage built up, right? If I disperse too late, then I'm going to be at 10% life, my healer's not going to be able to pick me up. So there's this fine line, and Metaphors, my healer, always tells me this. He's like, disperse at about 40-45% life. That's when you want to disperse. If you disperse before them, then they have a lot of damage. They're just going to swap and kill something else. If you disperse after, you're going to just die through disperse. So right about 40% life, boom, use that dispersion, which is very nice. I mean, they used Icy Veins 3-minute cooldown. They used a lot of cooldowns to get that, and that's totally fine. Get cloned on it, nice clone and buy their Resto Druid. We get skin and Trinket. So Druid's definitely a nice kill option if we survive that long. Mage still has Icy Veins up for a second. There goes, disappears. Trank coming out from the Druid. Mage taking a lot of damage in that smoke bomb. We're spam purging him up. I can purge him, my Shaman can purge him, get the silence onto the Druid, precast the master spell once again, instantly MD the Mage out of that block. He's getting very low. Now kidney shot comes out on the Druid, and I still have that full fear to follow. He has no Trinket available, so it looks like Mage just gonna go down. Kidney shot into the fear. Super long CC change. That was silence, kidney, fear. A little bit different on that chain. The nice master spell on the Mage's ice block and kind of just kill him through everything. So nice short game there, and really shows the power of what you can do with nice CC chains, good master spells. Pretty cool. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. It's really good to be back here making videos. I should be back on normal schedule I just moved, so you know how it is with moving and setting up utilities and buying a bunch of new stuff for the place, and you're like, oh, I need one more thing, you know, just need paper towels or a bunch of random stuff. So I should be back on track here within the week and have normal uploads once again. Guys, I definitely missed you. Talk to me down below in the comments and say hi if you want. Thumbs the video up if you liked it. Thumbs it down if you didn't. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!